Channel R presents Discover Spotlight, our exclusive series of interviews with the best up-and-coming artists.
Welcome to Discover Spotlight. I'm Tara, and this week I spent some time with emerging blues and soul artist Logan Parker. We spoke about her latest single, Fragile, how she got a start with music, early influences, plans for this year, plus much more. I'll also be playing some of her music. Channel R Discover Spotlight with Logan Parker starts now.
When I met you, I was just a child. Done stories of you fell from the sky like summer rain.
You've got a very mature sound to your voice as well when you're singing this song.
Thank you so
I've
much.
listened to this new one, Fragile. Such an established, mature sound to you. With a jazzy sound as well to it.
Thank you. Well, it was like, it's funny you say it sounds mature, because when I wrote it, I felt so immature, because I was going through my first heartbreak, and it was very, very complicated. And you probably know what I'm talking about, like the first time you feel like, you know, everything's crumbling, the world is just weird around you, and you feel so much sadness and pain, and you feel like you are so naive because you believed in something or someone, and that person let you down. And it's great that you feel it sounds mature. Maybe that experience made me more mature. I think it has for sure. And yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the song.
Yeah, it is. It's a lovely song, but and your voice is so, it's really got a lovely sound to it, but it's got that, also like that, I suppose in a way, the way you're singing it would be the fact that you've experienced that heartache, so it's like an experienced way you're singing it, if you've experienced all that. So you actually put in what you've experienced into the song as well, not just in writing it, but in the way you're singing it.
Yeah, that's the thing that always fascinated me about music, is when I hear a record and then I can feel the energy behind it. I can feel either the sadness or the joy or the anger. But you know that moment where you listen to something for the first time and you instantly hooked, and you feel that's something special that you can't really describe. So that's what I try and do with my music. I think it's like an outburst of, it's being honest, completely honest, a space where you can be completely honest. You're not afraid people are going to judge you about like the views or your ideas or how you feel or your vulnerabilities. And it's just the space where you can be completely naked. That's why I went for like a naked back, sort of like single cover, because it's all about stripping off your fears and just being yourself and being vulnerable, but being true and being honest. And it's okay. We all go through those emotions. We're human.
How did you come about getting into music? What made you decide to get into the music?
Yeah, it was like, I never really thought about it up until a certain point where I really decided to go professional and start releasing stuff. But it's been a constant in my life. My parents used to play so much music when me and my siblings were growing up, and they had so many vinyls and always playing music. I think looking back at my childhood, there isn't a memory that I have that doesn't have a soundtrack. It's crazy. Like every memory has a song and a moment, and that song takes you immediately to a place, to a scent, to words. And it's just, it's been always something so important. And then later, at 17, my parents gave me my first guitar, and then I started learning the guitar, started writing lyrics, and I did it naturally. I didn't even think about it. I was just experimenting something new, and I remember I spent hours and hours playing the guitar. I was so obsessed, and I used to play it to my mom while she was cooking in the kitchen, and she was always so sweet, and she would, even when I sounded horrible, she would always tell me, "Oh, it sounds so beautiful, I love it." And she was the only person who would really listen to me. And that meant so much at the time. And then I just carried on. And through college, always playing music. And then started playing gigs. And really felt that there was something so special about performing, about that, interaction. And the music is that vehicle of, that you can really feel what people are thinking. Sometimes you can look into their faces while you're performing a song, and you can really feel that they're understanding your words at a deeper level, and you can't get that in another way. I think it's, to be able to be a musician and to have this job and really connect with people at such a deep level. It's so rewarding. It's one of the most beautiful things, and that's why I keep on going, because it's a very, very hard job, very difficult job, and sometimes it gets quite depressing because you work so hard, spend hours and hours recording, practicing, investing all your money into something, and then you don't see results, and it's quite difficult. But in that second or that moment where you're performing and you feel that something special is happening in front of you, then everything is worth it. And I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly, but
you are, yeah.
it's just such a special thing to do.
What are your biggest influences in music?
So I love like old school Mississippi Delta blues, like Memphis Minnie, Little Willie John, T-Bone Walker. I would say I love T-Bone Walker, and Robert Johnson as well. And then I love like these amazing British bands: the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Queen, Led Zeppelin, Dire Straits. It's really fascinating. Oh, that's amazing music. The Stranglers. Then I love Creedence Clearwater Revival. I love Amy Winehouse, Billie Holiday, Nat King Cole, Etta James, Bessie Smith, Spike and Diaz, Ray Charles. Oh, so many. JJ Cale. I was just listening to. It's great. I love music. Really.
You can hear that bit of sort of like Amy Winehouse, Billie Holiday, that sort of sound in Fragile. You hear that? Yeah, that's jazzy.
That's true.
Sort of, that
that's true. I get that a lot. People are saying like, "Oh, this reminds me so much of Amy Winehouse," and that just makes me so proud and so happy, because she was. I think some musicians they get mad. Oh, some people are comparing me. I'm not that person. I'm an individual. I'm myself. But I think comparing things, it's natural to human beings. We always compare things in order to understand them, and to be compared to Amy Winehouse is a great honor. She was incredible. She was an amazing songwriter, great performer, beautiful woman, played the guitar. She was so inspiring. So she inspired me for sure. I love her.
That's good.
I remember the first time I listened to Amy Winehouse, and the first song I listened from Amy was Stronger Than Me, live at Jules Holland, and she was playing with the band and she was playing the guitar, and I heard her voice and I saw her beautiful face, and she was so beautiful on stage, and she was playing with all her heart, and it was so beautiful that I got hooked. I was like, I love her. I want to be just like her. And and I listened to all her records, like Frank and Back to Black, and each and every song is a masterpiece. And she was so unique, and it's such a shame what happened to her. But I think musicians,
got your uniqueness then, haven't you? That's where you.
I guess so. Everyone has, I think.
Yeah. Have you put any albums out at all this year, or have you got any albums out for next year? Or?
So I have a debut EP out, which I released back in 2019. It's on my website, loganjparker.com. You can get the CD and the vinyl as well. Personalized. I'll sign it for you, post it to you. But yeah, that's the only release I've got. Physical, and then I've got a bunch of singles that I released over the lockdown. My lockdown singles, they're quite cute. I picked up the ukulele, so I learned how to play the ukulele over this period of crazy COVID season. and so that's my two A and B side lockdown singles, and then I've got the song My Faith Is Hard to Follow, Sweet Songs of Love, and actually Fragile is a re-release, because Fragile is part of my debut EP, but I thought the song was quite powerful, and I thought I should re-release it. So this version of Fragile was mastered by mastering engineer Robbie Robinson from the US, and he's Jason Mraz, mastering engineer, and I'm a big fan of Jason Mraz as well. So it sounds really big.
Any plans for going to do any gigs or any festivals or anything?
Yeah, so I'm playing like small gigs at the moment, but I'm kind of looking for like a manager who could help me out with like a little tour where I could, meet my audience and start from there. But everything moves very slowly these days. So at the moment, I'm playing like small gigs in London, but they're cute. So if you want to come down, I'm playing this Friday in Stratford Hotel with a band from 9:30 in the evening till like 11:30, and then Monday the 7th of February I'm gonna be playing in the Ned, also central London, and February 17th I will be playing in this really lovely pub, Uxbridge Arms in Notting Hill, so also in London. So come down, have a drink, and come listen to live music.
Yes. You've got a very, very interesting background, the way different things that you've done, and the different, all your music that you like, and the different genres. I mean, I'm sure that must shine through in your music, or you must like incorporate a lot of that in your music. Do you base your music on a lot of life experience?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think my music is 70% reality, 30% fiction. It's like 30% of like, oh, I wish things went this way, so let me create an alternative reality.
Yeah.
But it's mostly what happened in the past and how I felt about it.
So going forward, you've got so much more to be able to get out there with all your experiences that have yet to come.
That's true. Every day is an opportunity to get inspired by. And sometimes like the smallest of things, you can find like inspiration to write a song, to write a melody. It's fascinating. Music is fascinating because it's so unpredictable, and you can't really. I think some of my fellow musicians, they tell me like, oh, I can actually sit down and plan and just say like, all right, I'm gonna write 3 times a week. I'm gonna write songs on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'm like, I really admire that tenacity, and like you really sit down and all right, I'm gonna write a song. But for me, it doesn't work like that. It works like the music calls me, and I answer to that call, and I sit down and I write a song. I can't push myself to write a song if I'm not in the mood. It needs to be a natural thing, I think. That's why
more spontaneity.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
I really hope everything goes well for you, and that you get.
Thank you so much, Tara. Thank you.
Your invitations that you get some. I really do hope you get some invitations to these festivals, and
Me
people,
too.
Yeah,
I hope people will listen to this show and they will get in touch and say, I found you on the show and it was amazing. That's how you get the word out there. And by the way, I would like to thank you so much for providing us, unsigned musicians, this opportunity to engage with the crowd, to talk about our music. This is so important for us. And you guys do such an amazing job promoting us. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Happy to help. Well, thanks ever so much for speaking to me. It's been great to speak to you.
Thank you so much as well. And I wish you an amazing evening. Hope you have nice plans for tonight.
Relax and chill out now.
Yeah, I'm going to chill out now. I'm going to listen to some music and have a coffee.
Yes, quite right. Well, thanks ever so much. You take care of yourself and wish you all the best.
You too. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.
You as
all
well.
The best.
Bye, Logan. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Channel R Discover. The best up-and-coming artists are right here.